Esiva, this is LaserBolt, and welcome today, guys, to the epic battle of the Elite Controller. So we got Elite Controller 1. I'm going to kind of technically call this 1.5 because this is the updated version. This is the white version. This came out last year. And then this is going to be the Elite Controller V2. So we're going to be talking about what exactly is the difference between this one and this one. And I think that's the biggest question everybody has, going into it. One is, should I buy this one instead of this one? And number two is, should I trade in this one and upgrade to this one? So we're going to try to answer that question. And I'm going to tell you guys the cons and the pros of both of them. And at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you guys what you should do if you're trying to upgrade or if you're trying to just get a, Elite controller. So let's go ahead and talk about the same similarities, all right? So all of them come with the same hard box. Now, the only difference color-wise is that this one's gray and this one's black. Now, if you have the Elite 1, it's going to be black as well. If you have the Elite 1.5, it's going to be gray. So the only difference is that this is a white controller and the other Elite was a black controller, but you had the same case. So the case-wise is the same. The only difference in the cases, which I want to pinpoint to you guys, is the fact that this one doesn't have any hole back here. As you guys see right here, there is no hole. This one, the brand new one, which is the V2, does come with a hole, and we'll talk about why this comes with a hole as we progress throughout the video. So other than that, guys, the cases are extremely the same. You're able to have the pouch to put your USB cable right there or carry anything as well. Now, as far as the controllers are concerned, we're going to dive in a little bit into that one, but I want to talk about what actually comes inside the case itself. So we're going to put the controllers aside and show you guys what comes in the case. So as far as the case is concerned, we have these two different sets of items. Now, this one came with this padding that's just to hold the controller upright. But other than that, this is the difference that you're going to get. As you guys notice, the first noticeable difference is this right here. And this is a dock, which allows you to charge the controller so you don't have to spend battery packs or, expend batteries in order for you guys to charge your Elite controller. So right off the bat, that is a definite plus for me because you're able to charge it. You don't have to worry about the batteries being charged. It just automatically has a charging dock, which you're able to go. Now, as far as the items that come in the box. Now, one of the first things you're going to notice is that this one comes with 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons, plus the 2 that come with the controller. This one comes with 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons, plus the 2 that come with the controller. Same amount of buttons. Now, we're going to talk about the difference of the buttons themselves and what you guys can kind of expect when you get it. Now, it does come with a D-pad, and this one also comes with a D-pad. We got the 2 little pads right here, which I removed from the controller because both controllers come with a total of 4 pads. As you see right here, I have these pads in here, which my controller kind of already has. Now, that is what comes in the box. Now, the other noticeable difference is here is this key right here, and this key is going to allow you guys to adjust the controller, and I'll show you guys what you will be adjusting once we get into the controller. So overall, in general, guys, that is what comes in the box. All right, so now just to talk about the buttons. Now, the only biggest difference on the buttons are 2 things. Number one is for the Elite 1, you get this type of button right here, which is a more concave button right here. You do not get that in the V2 version. I'll show you guys the difference. So you get this type of button. Other than that, all the other buttons are very much the same. You get those in here as well. And one thing I do want to pinpoint is that this particular button right here, if I recall correctly, this did not come with my controller. I had to add this one. I believe it only came with the D-pad. I could be a little bit wrong with there. You might want to have to watch my unboxing when I did the unboxing for my Elite controller if it did come with that. But that's, that's just that button right there. Okay, so now to the buttons that come on the V2 version. So for the V2 versions, we have this type of button, which also comes on the V1. Now, the biggest difference right here is the diameter of the button itself. This one's a little bit, tad bit bigger, as you guys can see right there. It's just a little bit bigger and less thicker. So that is the biggest difference right here. And I'll show you guys exactly my other ones that I have, which are going to be matching this one right here. So that is one noticeable difference. The other noticeable difference, guys, is the fact that this one comes with this button right here. Now, this button's a little bit different. And I believe it's like a play on this concave version of the button right here. As you guys see right here, it's very similar. It's the same width and the same height. Now, the only difference, as you guys notice, is this one's a little bit shorter. This one's a little bit longer. And the other noticeable difference is you get these like circular little buttons right here, kind of giving you that more of a mouse pinpoint feel to it. So it's actually really good. I actually like the feel on that. So overall, guys, that is the difference between the buttons. Let's put these two cases away and talk about the actual difference of the controllers. All right, guys, now to talk about the controllers. So for the controller talk, I went ahead and brought out my version 1. The only reason I call this version 1 is because it's black. This is version 1.5. It's the same controller, only difference is the colors. So I brought this one just to give you guys an overview of what it looks like on black, so you guys can get a, kind of a similarity difference. As you notice right here, on this one right here, we have the nice gray finish, and on this one we got a full black matted finish. I actually like the look on this one a lot better. It looks a lot cleaner and a lot smoother. As you even noticed, even the colors on these are a bit different right here. You guys are noticing a little bit more of a gray tone. So other than that, guys, I'm gonna put this guy away and we're gonna stick with the white one so you guys can see a more of a bigger difference. So one of the biggest and most notable features about this controller is something that everybody hates about this controller, or the version 1 or version 1.5, is this, guys. As you guys notice right here, guys, this wear and tear right here, as you guys notice, one of the biggest issues with the Elite controllers was this particular part right here. This would fall off, this would slip off, this would cause the controller to be sent to Microsoft very frequently because these would fall off. Now, I went through 3 of these on the version 1. I had to actually send these over to Microsoft just because this kept falling off. Now, when they released the 1.5, I was like, I'm kind of happy because they said they had corrected this. But as you guys notice right here, we're still getting a lot of grip fallage. Now, I can actually pull this off and break it apart. But as you guys see here, I've had this since it first came out, and you guys notice that it's holding on, but we still have a lot of wear and tear. Now, we flip this backwards here. You guys will notice that these are coming off as well. And that is kind of like the biggest difference they did, is they separated and made it more of a feel. Now, the only difference between this one right here is they actually went ahead and wrapped this completely around. So as you guys notice right here, on this one, we don't get the wrap. We just get the, the grip right here. It ends right here at the seam, and that's it. This one, actually, the seam goes all the way to the top, and then it comes all the way in here. I guess it's going to give you a more of a grip feature here. Not only are you going to be able to grip the controller a little bit better, but we're not going to have this tear. At least that is what Microsoft says. The reason they went ahead and added it up here is to avoid the tear we were having on the V1. So that is the biggest issue that a lot of people had with this controller, and it seems to be corrected with the V2. All right, so now another noticeable difference, and that is going to be back here. I want to show you guys exactly right here so you guys can see both controllers. Another noticeable difference is that on the V1, you're only able to adjust your triggers, right? So your trigger stops, you're only able to do one mode. So it's either you go full mode, which is going to allow your trigger to go all the way down, or you're able to do the stop the trigger one, which is going to allow the trigger to kind of stop dab in the middle. Now, with the V2, you actually get a total of 3 modes. So you get the one that automatically full press, as you guys see right here, full press down. Let me actually flip this side right here. You get the full press down. Then we're able to adjust it to second. So that's going to be mid-level pull down. And then you're able to go even a little bit further, which is just like a tap. So you just tap it, and it's, for some games, this is actually really, really good. And we get those 3 different options right off the back, which we didn't have with the V1. In addition to that, talking about the triggers, on this trigger right here, as you guys notice, is just a smooth finish right here. We get that nice smooth finish. On here, guys, we actually get a nice little kind of rubbery or kind of grippy thing here, which allows you to feel it. You'll feel it once we start hitting it, so it's a nice feel to it. Another thing they went ahead and changed, and it's a little bit, you have to actually know about controllers to notice this, and that is the bumpers. So right here we have the regular bumpers, and it seems like they went back to the 360 bumpers. So you'll be able to notice the feel on this one bumper as opposed to this bumper right here. So it's a slight difference, but you're able to notice it once you play. If you ever played with a 360 controller, you'll be able to notice the difference right off the bat as opposed to holding this one right here. As you see, my fingers wrap around this one a little bit further out. On this one, they actually concave together, giving you a nice, better texture on the controller itself. Another difference between both controllers, of course, is the charging port. This is using a regular charging port which goes connected to your controller. Now, this one actually comes with a Type-C controller, which is supposed to give you a faster charge, which is actually pretty good and something I'm extremely excited for. Now, the cool thing about it is that you don't have to, you could technically plug it into your controller to get that fast charge, Or you could just bring out your little, you know, kind of carry pouch or whatever, and plug in your, let me actually move this guy out of the way, and plug this guy right up here. So what you'll do is you'll get the, you know, you'll get your power cable from here. You can plug it to your Xbox wall outlet, whatever you want to do, and you're just gonna run this cable. You're gonna run this cable through the inside right here, and once you run the cable through the inside, you'll plug it into this part right here. And once that's completely plugged, you just want to stick it out, and then whenever you're done playing and you just want to, you know, kind of charge your controller, you just set it in here, and it'll start automatically charging, and you'll get a nice little kind of dot right here telling you it's completely charged or it's fully charged, which we didn't have with this case right here. We didn't have this option. We didn't even have a charging dock. So that is a big plus in my book. Another really huge difference between this controller, guys, and this controller right here is that this actually comes with Bluetooth, which is cool because that means not only are you going to be able to connect via Bluetooth with your Xbox, but you're also going to be able to connect via Bluetooth with your PC. So you're able to use the controller not only on your PC, but you're also able to use the controller on your Xbox, either wired or wirelessly, and you're able to bring those two features, either wired or wirelessly, to your PC. And the controller is supposed to last you a total of 40 hours with the battery completely charged. So that means about 2 days you can go without charging this. Once you're done, you know, after your 2 days, just put this back in the charging dock and you're good to go right off the bat. And there you guys have it. Those are all the major differences between this controller and this controller. Now the question becomes is, Laser, please tell me, should I upgrade or should I purchase this controller? So before we jump into that, let's talk about the prices. So for the price, this is going to cost you $180. That's US dollars. And this is going to cost you $150 if you're trying to pick this up right now. Now, I believe this is going to get a major price drop. Either we're going to be getting it to $129.99 or we are going to be getting this one to drop. So it's going to be either $100 or $130. That's what we're expecting to drop. Now, this is going to be $180. I'm pretty sure throughout the whole season, we're going to get this at $180. I'm pretty sure we might have some sort of sales, maybe 10% off, $20 off of this one, but that's as low as I think it will possibly get. So let's just say this is $180, this is $150 currently right now, and we're going to base our opinion on that. Even if this drops to $130, I'll still going to let you guys know what you guys should do. If you guys have this controller and you're able to trade it in and get a price cut and pick this one up, 100% guaranteed, guys, you should pick this one up. It is a huge upgrade. There's a ton of different features on this controller that this controller doesn't have. It's a big upgrade, and I highly recommend you guys definitely upgrade it if you owned this one and you have that trade-in value. Now, let's say you don't have this trade-in and you can't trade this or bring this into the store and get like maybe $50, $80 in that trade-in value, then you have to spend $180. With that being said, now the question is, should I actually go out and purchase this? And I have to actually tell you guys, you should definitely purchase this. Now, there's a couple reasons why, and I'm going to tell you exactly what those are. Number one is this controller is going to let you play anything on your Xbox and also PC. So if you ever decide you want to go and try a game out on PC and you want to use a controller, you do not have to buy an additional controller. You do not have to buy an adapter to go wirelessly. The controller is automatically off the box. You're able to use it on your Xbox. You're able to use it on PC. Now, in addition to that, guys, if you already own a controller, you probably already spend like $40 to $50 on just batteries or a battery charger or a recharge station for your controller. This one already comes with it. So we take that away, you're looking at a price point of $130 for just the controller itself. In addition to that, guys, you're going to be able to have different thumbsticks, and this is going to be all dependent on how you like to play the game. So you like them a little bit higher race because you want to have more fidelity or higher precision. You're able to get the longer stems. So you have already the longer stems in that. Now, if you're like me and you're really fast with the trigger or really fast with the movement speed, you're always able to adjust this with this dial. So as you guys notice right here, I'm going to put this in here and I'm going to twist it all the way. And once I twist it all the way, this becomes a lot smoother, as you guys notice right there. Now, for some reason, I don't like that smoothness, right? I'm able to bring this dial. Now, it goes up to 2 different dials. So you go middle, and that's going to give you kind of like that mid feel right there. As you see right there, I have to press it a little bit harder. But if you guys feel that that's still a little bit too much leeway, you can go all the way, and that's going to give you a more sturdy feel to it. So as you guys notice right there, it takes a little bit more strength to actually push this down, which is a really good feature, something I highly recommend you guys definitely consider, because some of us have faster reflexes, some of us have slower reflexes, and we want to be able to adjust that. Now, in addition to that, we does come also with a software that you're able to use it through either your PC or your Xbox as well, and you guys should be good to go. Overall, in general, guys, do I recommend you upgrade? Yes. Do I recommend you guys pick this up? 100%. Let me know in the comment section down below if you are picking one up, or if you already have one, which one do you prefer? Please, if you have any other additional questions, drop them down in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video.